Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the English Globe podcast, where we help you improve your English skills by talking about interesting and important topics. My name is Adam, and I'm here with my co-host, Julia. How are you doing today, Julia?
Hi, Adam. Hi, everyone. I'm doing great, thank you. I'm really excited about today's topic because it's something that affects all of us. Whether you're a student, a professional, or just someone interested in learning about the world, today's discussion is going to be really useful.
Absolutely, Julia. And to all our listeners, we're so glad you've joined us today. If this is your first time listening, welcome. If you've been with us before, welcome back. Today's episode is going to be about the future of work in a digital world.
That's right, Adam. The world of work is changing rapidly. With the rise of digital technology, jobs are evolving, new opportunities are emerging, and the skills we need are different from what they were just a few years ago.
Exactly, Julia. Understanding the future of work is really important because it can help us prepare for what's coming. Many jobs are being transformed by technology, and if we don't keep up, it can be challenging to succeed in the workplace.
And it's not just about keeping up with technology. It's also about understanding how the way we work is changing. For example, more people are working from home now, using the internet to connect with their teams and relying on digital tools to do their jobs.
That's a great point, Julia. In today's podcast, we're going to explore all of these changes. We'll talk about how technology is influencing jobs, what skills you might need in the future, and how you can start preparing now.
Yes, we'll also look at some examples of people and companies that are already embracing the digital world and making it work for them. And of course, we'll share some practical tips on how you can improve your digital skills, whether you're just starting out or looking to advance in your career.
So, by the end of this podcast, you'll have a better understanding of what the future of work might look like, and more importantly, how you can be ready for it. We want to make sure that everyone listening, no matter your level of English, can take something valuable away from this discussion.
And as always, we'll be keeping things simple and easy to understand, so don't worry if you're just beginning to learn English. We're here to help you every step of the way.
That's right, Julia. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's dive into today's topic, the future of work in a digital world. We've got a lot of exciting things to cover, so let's get started. All right, so let's start by taking a look back at how work has changed over the years. It's really interesting to see just how much technology has transformed the way we work. Julia, when you think about work in the past, what comes to mind?
Well, Adam, I think about how, not so long ago, most work was done manually. If you go back even just 100 years, many jobs required a lot of physical labor. People worked in factories, on farms, and in workshops. There were no computers or machines to help with tasks. Everything was done by hand.
Exactly. And in those days, people needed to have strong physical skills, whether it was working with tools, building things, or even managing paperwork. Everything required manual effort. But then, things started to change with the Industrial Revolution and later with the invention of computers.
Yes, the introduction of computers was a game changer. Suddenly, tasks that used to take hours could be done in minutes. For example, think about typing a letter. Before computers, you had to use a typewriter, and if you made a mistake, you had to start all over again. But with computers, you can type, edit, and even send documents instantly.
And that's just one example. Computers brought about a huge shift in the workplace. They allowed us to automate repetitive tasks, manage large amounts of data, and even communicate with people across the globe. Over time, as technology advanced, more and more jobs started to rely on digital tools.
Right. And this brings us to where we are today. We're living in a world where technology is everywhere. In the workplace, we're seeing a lot of new trends that are shaping the future of work. For example, remote work has become incredibly popular, especially since the COVID-19 pandemic.
Remote work is a big one. It's something that would have been nearly impossible just a few decades ago. But now, thanks to the internet, many people can work from anywhere in the world. All you need is a computer and a good internet connection, and you can do your job from home, a cafe, or even another country.
That's true, Adam. And it's not just about where we work. but also how we work. Automation is another major trend. More and more companies are using machines and software to do tasks that humans used to do. For example, robots can now assemble products in factories, and software can handle tasks like scheduling and customer service.
And don't forget about digital tools. These are apps and software that help us do our jobs more efficiently. For instance, there are tools for project management, communication, data analysis, and even for learning new skills. All of these tools make it easier for us to work smarter, not harder.
Speaking of digital tools, Adam, I remember when I first started using online collaboration platforms. It was such a change from the old way of working. Before, we used to have to meet in person for every discussion, but now we can collaborate in real time, even if we're miles apart.
I know what you mean, Julia. I had a similar experience when I started working remotely. At first, it was a bit strange not being in the same office as my colleagues, but I quickly realized how much flexibility it gave me. I could work from home, avoid long commutes, and even manage my time better.
It's amazing how technology has made these things possible, but it also makes me think about how important it is to keep learning. The digital world is always changing, and we need to keep up with new tools and trends if we want to stay relevant in our jobs.
Absolutely, Julia. That's why it's so important to understand these changes and how they impact the future of work. Whether you're a student just starting out or someone with years of experience, knowing about these trends can help you prepare for what's coming next.
And that's what this podcast is all about, helping you understand the changes happening in the workplace and how you can adapt. As we move forward, we'll dive deeper into some of these trends and discuss what they mean for the future of work.
So stick with us as we explore the digital world and how it's reshaping the way we work. We've got a lot more to cover, and we're just getting started. Now that we've set the scene and talked about how work has changed over the years, it's time to dive into some key concepts that are shaping the future of work in this digital world. These are the ideas and trends that everyone should be aware of because they're going to impact how we work, where we work, and the skills we need to succeed. Julia, why don't we start with one of the biggest trends we're seeing today, remote work?
Sure, Adam. Remote work has become a major part of the modern workplace, especially in recent years. But for anyone who might not be familiar with the term, let's start with a simple definition. Remote work is when people do their jobs from a location outside of a traditional office. This could be from home, a coffee shop, or even another country. The key is that remote work allows people to work from anywhere as long as they have access to the tools and technology they need to do their jobs.
Exactly, Julia. And this is possible because of the internet and various digital tools that allow us to communicate and collaborate from a distance. For example, if you're a graphic designer, you can work from your home studio and send your designs to clients via email. Or if you're a software developer, you can write code from your laptop in a cafe and upload it to a company's servers. Remote work has opened up a lot of possibilities for people who want more flexibility in their work lives.
That's right, Adam. And there are so many different types of jobs that can be done remotely. Some common examples include jobs in IT, like software development and IT support, as well as creative jobs like writing, graphic design, and video editing. Customer service jobs can also be done remotely, where you help customers over the phone or through online chat. Even teaching and tutoring have moved online, with platforms that allow teachers to work with students from all over the world.
And the flexibility of remote work is one of its biggest advantages. People who work remotely can often set their own schedules, which is great for those who have other commitments, like family or personal projects. You don't have to worry about commuting, which saves time and money, and you can create a work environment that suits you. Some people find that they're more productive when they're working in a comfortable space of their own choosing.
Absolutely. But while remote work has many benefits, it also comes with its own set of challenges. One of the biggest challenges is isolation. When you're working from home, you're not physically around your colleagues, which can make you feel disconnected from your team. This lack of face-to-face interaction can sometimes make communication more difficult and can lead to feelings of loneliness.
Isolation is definitely something that remote workers need to be mindful of. It's important to find ways to stay connected with your team, whether that's through regular video calls, online messaging, or even meeting up in person when possible. Another challenge is managing distractions at home. When you're working in the same space where you relax and spend time with family, it can be hard to stay focused on your work.
Yes, and that's where discipline and good time management come into play. Remote workers need to set clear boundaries between work time and personal time, which can be tricky but is essential for maintaining productivity and work-life balance. And let's not forget about the importance of having a reliable internet connection and the right technology. Without these, remote work can become very frustrating.
Good point, Julia. So, while remote work offers a lot of flexibility and freedom, it's not without its challenges. But for many people, the benefits outweigh the drawbacks, and it's likely that remote work will continue to be a big part of the future of work, especially as technology continues to improve. Now, let's move on to another key concept that's also transforming the workplace: automation.
Automation is a term that we hear a lot these days, especially when talking about the future of work. But what does it actually mean? In simple terms, automation refers to the use of technology to perform tasks that used to require human effort. This could be anything from a machine assembling a product in a factory to software processing data, or even answering customer inquiries.
That's right, Julia. Automation is all about making processes more efficient by letting machines and software do the work. For example, in manufacturing, we have robots that can assemble cars, electronics, and other products with incredible precision and speed. In offices, we have software that can manage payroll, schedule meetings, and even write reports. Automation can take over repetitive, routine tasks, which frees up humans to focus on more complex and creative work.
And this shift towards automation has had a big impact on the workforce. On one hand, it has led to increased productivity and reduced costs for companies. But on the other hand, it has also led to the disappearance of some jobs. For example, many jobs in manufacturing that used to be done by people are now done by machines. This can be a challenge for workers who need to find new roles or learn new skills.
That's a crucial point, Julia. As automation continues to grow, it's changing the types of jobs that are available. Jobs that involve repetitive tasks are the most at risk of being automated. But at the same time, new jobs are being created that require skills in managing, programming, and maintaining these automated systems. So, while some jobs are disappearing, others are emerging, and the key is to be adaptable.
Exactly, Adam. The skills that are in demand are changing. For example, there's a growing need for people who can work with data, understand how to use and program machines, and think creatively about how to solve problems that machines can't handle. And this is why digital skills are becoming so important. As the workplace becomes more automated, having the right digital skills will be essential for staying competitive in the job market.
And that's a perfect lead into our next key concept: digital skills. As we've mentioned, the future of work is going to require a different set of skills than in the past, and digital skills are at the top of that list. But what exactly do we mean by digital skills?
Digital skills refer to the ability to use digital tools and technologies to perform tasks, solve problems, and communicate effectively. In today's world, these skills are becoming essential for almost every job, whether you're working in an office, a factory, or even in creative industries. Basic digital skills include things like using a computer, navigating the internet, and understanding how to use common software like word processors, spreadsheets, and email.
That's right, Julia. But as technology continues to evolve, the range of digital skills needed is also expanding. For example, many jobs now require skills in data analysis, digital marketing, social media management, and even programming. And it's not just about being able to use these tools, it's also about understanding how they work and how they can be used to improve efficiency and creativity in the workplace.
Absolutely, Adam. Take data analysis, for example. In many industries, companies are collecting huge amounts of data, and they need people who can analyze that data to make better decisions. Or consider digital marketing. Companies need to reach their customers online, and they need people who know how to create and manage online advertising campaigns, social media content, and websites.
And let's not forget about programming and coding. As more jobs involve working with software and technology, understanding the basics of coding is becoming increasingly valuable. Even if you're not planning to become a software developer, knowing how to code can help you understand how the digital tools you use every day work, and it can open up new opportunities in the tech industry.
That's true, Adam. And the good news is that there are plenty of resources available to help people develop these digital skills. There are online courses, tutorials, and even certifications that can help you learn everything from basic computer skills to more advanced topics like data analysis, digital marketing, and coding.
Yes, and many of these resources are free or affordable, which means that anyone can start learning and improving their digital skills right away. Some popular platforms for learning digital skills include Coursera, edX, and Khan Academy. These platforms offer courses from universities and institutions around the world, and you can learn at your own pace.
And if you're looking to improve your digital skills for a specific job or industry, it's a good idea to look for courses or resources that are tailored to that field. For example, if you're interested in digital marketing, you can find courses that focus on social media marketing, SEO, or content creation. If you're interested in coding, there are courses that teach different programming languages like Python, Java, or HTML.
And for those who prefer hands-on learning, there are also plenty of opportunities to practice your digital skills through real-world projects. You can build a website, start a blog, create digital art, or even develop a simple app. The key is to keep learning and experimenting with new tools and technologies, because the digital world is always changing, and staying up to date is essential.
Exactly, Adam. And as we look towards the future, it's clear that digital skills are going to be more important than ever. Whether you're just starting out in your career or looking to advance, having strong digital skills will help you.
Sure. Let's continue the podcast section, diving deeper into the importance of digital skills and how they will impact the future of work.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or looking to advance, having strong digital skills will help you stay competitive in the job market. As more companies embrace digital transformation, they'll be looking for employees who can not only use digital tools, but also adapt to new technologies quickly. And this isn't just for tech jobs. Even in fields like healthcare, education, and finance, digital skills are becoming essential.
Exactly, Julia. And it's not just about the technical side of things. Digital skills also include soft skills like communication and collaboration, which are crucial in a digital work environment. For example, being able to effectively communicate through email, chat, or video calls is a key part of remote work. Similarly, knowing how to collaborate on digital platforms like Google Workspace or Microsoft Teams is important for working on projects with colleagues who might be in different locations.
Good point, Adam. These soft digital skills help bridge the gap between people and technology, ensuring that teams can work together efficiently and effectively, no matter where they are. And let's not forget about the importance of digital literacy, which involves understanding how to safely and responsibly use technology. In today's world, where we rely so much on digital tools, knowing how to protect your personal information and avoid online threats is critical.
Absolutely, Julia. Cybersecurity is becoming increasingly important as more of our work and personal lives move online. For example, understanding how to create strong passwords, recognizing phishing attempts, and knowing how to secure your devices are all part of digital literacy. These are skills that everyone needs, not just those in IT.
And the good news is, you don't have to be a tech expert to improve your digital skills. As we mentioned earlier, there are plenty of resources available for learning. Whether you prefer online courses, tutorials, or even learning through practice, there's something out there for everyone. And the more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become with these technologies.
That's right, Julia. And it's important to remember that learning digital skills is a continuous process. Technology is always evolving, and the skills that are in demand today might be different from those that will be in demand 5 or 10 years from now. So, staying curious and being open to learning new things will help you stay ahead in your career.
Exactly, Adam. The future of work is digital, and by developing your digital skills now, you'll be better prepared to adapt to the changes that are coming. Whether it's working remotely, using automation tools, or mastering new technologies, having a strong foundation in digital skills will help you navigate the future of work with confidence.
And remember, the journey to improving your digital skills doesn't have to be overwhelming. Start small, focus on the basics, and build your skills gradually. Over time, you'll find that you're not only keeping up with the changes in the workplace, but also thriving in this new digital world.
So, whether you're learning how to use a new software program, taking an online course, or just exploring the latest apps on your phone, every little bit helps. The key is to stay engaged, keep learning, and don't be afraid to try new things. The more you explore, the more you'll discover about the exciting opportunities that digital skills can offer.
That's a great point to end on, Julia. The future of work is full of possibilities, and with the right digital skills, you can be ready to take advantage of all the opportunities that come your way. So, keep learning, stay curious, and embrace the digital world. It's where the future of work is headed.
Thanks, Adam. And remember, we're here to help guide you through these changes. In our next section, we'll be discussing how you can start building your digital skills today and some practical steps you can take to prepare for the future of work. Stay tuned.
Now that we've covered some of the key concepts shaping the future of work, let's turn our attention to what lies ahead. The future of work is not just about the tools we use or the skills we develop, but also about how jobs themselves will change over time. As technology continues to advance, we can expect some significant shifts in the types of jobs that are available and the skills that will be in demand.
That's right, Adam. One of the biggest changes we're likely to see is the evolution of existing jobs and the creation of entirely new roles. For example, as automation and artificial intelligence become more prevalent, certain jobs that involve repetitive tasks may decline in demand. This could include roles in manufacturing, data entry, or even certain types of customer service. But at the same time, new jobs will emerge that require different skills and expertise.
Exactly, Julia. We're already seeing the rise of new fields like data science, cybersecurity, and digital marketing, which didn't even exist a couple of decades ago. These are areas that require specialized knowledge and skills, and they're likely to grow even more in the coming years. Additionally, as more industries embrace digital transformation, there will be a growing need for professionals who can bridge the gap between technology and business, helping organizations navigate these changes effectively.
And it's not just about the high-tech jobs either. Even in more traditional fields, we're likely to see a shift in the types of skills that are required. For example, healthcare professionals might need to become proficient in using telemedicine tools. Educators may need to adapt to online teaching platforms, and even artists and designers might find themselves working more with digital media. The key takeaway is that no matter what field you're in, it's important to stay adaptable and open to learning new things.
Speaking of learning, this brings us to an important point: the need for lifelong learning. In the past, people might have learned a set of skills early in their career and relied on those skills throughout their working life. But in today's rapidly changing world, that approach no longer works. To stay relevant and competitive, it's essential to keep learning and updating your skills throughout your career.
Absolutely, Adam. Lifelong learning is going to be more important than ever as the pace of technological change continues to accelerate. This could mean taking formal courses, attending workshops, or even just staying curious and learning on your own through books, online resources, or experimentation. The important thing is to have a mindset of continuous growth and be willing to invest time in your development.
And lifelong learning doesn't have to be daunting. It can be as simple as setting aside time each week to learn something new, whether it's related to your current job or something completely different. The idea is to keep your skills sharp and to stay informed about new developments in your field. This way, when new opportunities arise, you'll be ready to take them on.
Exactly, Adam. Lifelong learning also plays a crucial role in helping us navigate the changes in the job market. As some jobs become less in demand, those who are willing to learn and adapt will be better positioned to transition into new roles. For example, someone who has worked in a job that's being automated might find new opportunities in managing or maintaining the automation systems, provided they're willing to learn the necessary skills.
And beyond just career advancement, lifelong learning can also help us maintain a healthy work-life balance in a digital world. As more jobs become digital, the lines between work and personal life can sometimes blur. But by learning how to effectively manage our time, set boundaries, and use digital tools to our advantage, we can create a better balance between our professional and personal lives.
That's an important point, Adam. Work-life balance is something that's been talked about a lot in recent years, especially as more people work remotely. On one hand, digital work offers greater flexibility, allowing us to work from anywhere and often at times that suit us best. But on the other hand, it can also make it harder to switch off from work, leading to burnout or stress.
Right, Julia. The challenge with digital work is that it can be easy to feel like you're always on, especially when your work is just a click away on your phone or computer. To maintain a healthy work-life balance, it's important to set clear boundaries. This could mean having a dedicated workspace at home, setting specific work hours, and making sure to take breaks and time off.
And as we look to the future, it's likely that managing work-life balance will become an even more important skill. As digital work continues to evolve, companies and employees alike will need to find ways to create environments that support both productivity and well-being. This might include adopting flexible work schedules, promoting mental health initiatives, and encouraging employees to take time away from their screens.
That's a great point, Julia. The future of work isn't just about technology, it's also about people. As we embrace new ways of working, it's essential to remember the human side of things. Work-life balance, mental health, and well-being will continue to be important topics as we navigate the changes ahead. And by staying proactive and mindful, we can create a future of work that's not only productive, but also fulfilling and sustainable.
Exactly, Adam. So, as we think about the future of work in a digital world, let's remember that it's a journey, not a destination. Jobs will continue to evolve, and so will the skills we need. By embracing lifelong learning, staying adaptable, and being mindful of our work-life balance, we can thrive in this new landscape.
And remember, the future of work is what we make of it. By preparing ourselves now, we can not only adapt to the changes, but also take advantage of the new opportunities that the digital world has to offer. So, keep learning, stay balanced, and be ready for what's next.
Well said, Adam. In our next section, we'll dive into some practical tips and strategies for developing the skills you need to succeed in the future of work. But for now, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discussed and think about how we can start preparing for the future today.
Now that we've explored the future outlook and discussed some of the key concepts, let's bring this topic to life with some real-world examples. Understanding theory is important, but seeing how people and companies are successfully adapting to the digital world can be truly inspiring. Let's start with a success story that illustrates the power of adapting to digital change.
That's a great idea, Adam. There's a story I love about a woman named Sarah who transitioned from a traditional office job to a successful career in the digital world. Sarah worked in marketing for over a decade, primarily in a traditional office environment. She enjoyed her work, but as the digital landscape began to shift, she noticed that more companies were moving their marketing efforts online. Social media, content creation, and digital advertising were becoming increasingly important, and Sarah realized that she needed to adapt if she wanted to stay relevant in her field.
That's a common scenario, Julia. The world of marketing has changed so much with the rise of digital platforms, and it can be challenging to keep up if you're used to more traditional methods.
Exactly, Adam. But Sarah didn't let this challenge hold her back. She decided to take action by enrolling in an online digital marketing course. Over the course of several months, she learned how to use tools like Google Analytics, mastered the basics of social media marketing, and even explored content creation. It wasn't easy, but she was determined to learn and grow.
That's impressive, Julia. It shows the importance of being proactive in learning new skills, especially in a field that's rapidly evolving like marketing.
Absolutely, Adam. And Sarah's hard work paid off. After completing the course, she began applying her new skills at her job, helping her company develop a stronger online presence. Her efforts didn't go unnoticed, and within a year, she was promoted to lead the company's digital marketing team. But Sarah didn't stop there. Encouraged by her success, she eventually started her own digital marketing consultancy, helping other businesses transition to the digital world.
What a fantastic success story, Julia. It's a great example of how adapting to the digital world can not only help you stay relevant, but also open up new opportunities that you might not have considered before.
Exactly, Adam. Sarah's story highlights the importance of continuous learning and being open to change. It shows that by embracing the digital world, we can not only keep pace with the changes around us, but also thrive and find new paths to success.
And it's not just individuals who are making the most of the digital world. Companies are also embracing digital transformation in ways that are truly transformative. Let's talk about one company that has successfully embraced digital work and seen incredible results as a result.
Sure, Adam. One company that comes to mind is Shopify, a global e-commerce platform that has fully embraced the digital world. Shopify started out as a platform for small businesses to create online stores, but over the years, it has grown into a major player in the digital economy. What's particularly interesting about Shopify is how they've embraced digital work, especially during the pandemic.
That's right, Julia. Shopify made headlines when they announced that they were going to shift to a digital by default model. This means that the company decided to make remote work the standard for all of its employees, even after the pandemic subsided. This was a bold move, but it was one that aligned with their vision of the future of work. And it wasn't just about allowing employees to work from home. Shopify also invested heavily in digital tools and infrastructure to support remote work. They provided employees with the necessary equipment, such as laptops and ergonomic home office setups, and offered training on how to use digital collaboration tools like Slack and Zoom effectively. They even reimagined their office spaces, turning them into digital workspaces where employees could drop in if they needed to, but were no longer required to work from.
Shopify's approach is a great example of how companies can adapt to the digital world by rethinking the way they work. By prioritizing flexibility and leveraging digital tools, Shopify has been able to maintain productivity and employee satisfaction while also attracting top talent from around the world. They've shown that with the right strategy, remote work can be just as effective, if not more so, than traditional office work.
Exactly, Adam. And it's not just about productivity. Shopify also recognized the importance of maintaining a strong company culture in a remote environment. They organized virtual team-building activities, encouraged regular check-ins between managers and employees, and even created digital water cooler spaces where employees could connect and chat informally. These efforts helped ensure that their team remained engaged and connected, even while working apart.
That's a crucial point, Julia. Company culture plays a huge role in the success of remote work, and Shopify's approach shows that it's possible to maintain a strong, positive culture even in a digital environment. They've really set a benchmark for how companies can thrive in the digital world.
Definitely, Adam. Shopify's success story demonstrates that with the right mindset, tools, and strategies, companies can not only survive, but also thrive in a digital-first world. They've shown that embracing digital work can lead to new opportunities for growth, innovation, and employee satisfaction.
And it's not just about big companies like Shopify. Small businesses, startups, and even individuals can learn from these examples. Whether it's adapting to new technologies, investing in digital skills, or rethinking how we work, there are lessons to be learned for everyone as we navigate the future of work in a digital world. Absolutely, Adam. These real-life examples show that the digital world offers incredible opportunities for those who are willing to adapt and embrace change. Whether you're an individual looking to grow your career or a company aiming to stay competitive, the key is to be open to new ways of working and to continuously learn and innovate.
Well said, Julia. And as we move forward, we'll continue to see more success stories and examples of how people and companies are thriving in the digital world. The future of work is full of possibilities, and by staying adaptable and embracing the digital landscape, we can all be a part of that success.
Exactly, Adam. In our next section, we'll discuss some practical tips for how you can start preparing for the future of work today. But for now, let's take a moment to reflect on the stories we've shared and think about how we can apply these lessons in our own lives and work.
We've covered a lot today about the future of work in a digital world, from understanding key concepts to real-life examples. But now, let's get practical. For our listeners who are just starting out, whether you're looking to learn digital skills, find remote work, or balance work and life while working remotely, we have some tips to help you get started.
That's right, Adam. The digital world can seem overwhelming, but with the right approach, you can take control of your learning and career path. Let's dive into our first tip.
Absolutely. So, Tip 1. How to start learning digital skills. One of the most important things you can do to prepare for the future of work is to develop your digital skills. But where do you begin?
A good starting point is to identify the skills that are most relevant to the job you want or the field you're interested in. For example, if you're interested in marketing, learning about social media management or content creation might be useful. If you're more inclined towards technology, basic coding or data analysis could be great areas to explore.
And you don't need to go back to school to learn these skills. There are plenty of online resources available. Websites like Coursera, Udemy, and LinkedIn Learning offer courses on almost every digital skill you can think of. Many of these courses are designed for beginners, so you can start from scratch.
Exactly, Adam. And the best part is, many of these courses are affordable, and some are even free. You can learn at your own pace and choose courses that fit your schedule. It's all about finding what works best for you and being consistent in your learning.
Another great way to learn is by practicing what you've learned. For instance, if you're learning about website design, try creating your own website. If you're learning about digital marketing, consider volunteering to help a local business with their social media. The key is to apply your skills in real-world situations, so you gain practical experience.
And don't forget about networking. Join online communities related to the skills you're learning. Platforms like LinkedIn, Reddit, and specialized forums can connect you with professionals in your field. You can learn a lot from others' experiences, ask questions, and even find mentors who can guide you on your journey.
That's a great point, Julia. Networking is an often overlooked but critical part of learning digital skills. It can open doors to opportunities and provide you with support as you develop your skills.
So, to sum up tip 1, start by identifying the digital skills you need, find the right online courses, practice those skills, and connect with others in your field. Learning is an ongoing process, so keep challenging yourself to grow.
Moving on to tip 2. How to find remote work opportunities. Now that more companies are embracing remote work, finding remote job opportunities has become easier, but it requires a strategic approach.
Yes, Adam. The first step is to create a strong online presence. Since remote jobs don't require you to be physically present, employers will often look at your online profiles to get a sense of who you are. Make sure your LinkedIn profile is up to date with your skills, experiences, and any projects you've worked on. If you have a portfolio of work, share it on platforms like GitHub for tech roles or Behance for creative jobs.
Another key element is tailoring your resume and cover letter for remote roles. Highlight any experience you have with remote work, even if it's just a project you completed online. Emphasize your ability to work independently, manage your time effectively, and communicate clearly. These are critical skills for remote jobs.
When it comes to searching for remote work, there are many job boards and websites dedicated to remote opportunities. Websites like remote.co, We Work Remotely, and FlexJobs are great places to start. These platforms list a wide range of remote positions across different industries.
Don't forget about networking here as well. Let your connections know that you're looking for remote work. Sometimes, the best opportunities come from referrals. You can also join remote work communities on LinkedIn or Facebook, where jobs are often shared, and you can connect with like-minded professionals.
And remember to be patient and persistent. Finding the right remote job can take time, but with a well-prepared online presence and a focused job search strategy, you'll increase your chances of landing the role you want.
That's great advice, Julia. Now, on to tip 3, how to balance work and life when working remotely. This is a challenge many people face, especially when your home becomes your office.
Absolutely, Adam. The line between work and personal life can blur when you're working from home. That's why it's important to establish boundaries. One effective way to do this is by creating a dedicated workspace. Even if you live in a small space, try to set aside a specific area for work so your mind can distinguish between work time and personal time.
Another important aspect is managing your time effectively. When you work remotely, it's easy to overwork or procrastinate. Set a clear schedule for yourself, including start and end times for your workday, and stick to it as much as possible. Use tools like calendars and task managers to help you stay on track.
Don't forget to take breaks too. It's easy to get caught up in work and forget to take care of yourself. Schedule short breaks throughout the day to stretch, go for a walk, or simply step away from your computer. This will help you stay refreshed and more productive.
Another tip is to communicate openly with your family or housemates about your work schedule. Let them know when you're working and when you're available to spend time together. This will help reduce interruptions and make it easier to focus during work hours.
And finally, make time for yourself. After your workday ends, engage in activities that help you relax and recharge, whether it's reading a book, exercising, or spending time with loved ones. Maintaining a healthy work-life balance is key to avoiding burnout and staying motivated when working remotely.
Great tips, Julia. So, to recap, tip 3, create a dedicated workspace, manage your time effectively, take regular breaks, communicate your schedule, and make time for yourself. Balancing work and life when working remotely is all about setting boundaries and being mindful of your needs.
That's right, Adam. And remember, these tips are just starting points. As you gain more experience with remote work, you'll find what works best for you. The important thing is to stay flexible and continue to adjust your approach as needed.
Exactly, Julia. And that wraps up our practical tips section. We hope these tips help you feel more confident as you navigate the digital world, whether you're just starting out or looking to improve your skills.
We've covered a lot today, from learning digital skills to finding remote work and balancing work and life. It's all about taking small steps and staying proactive. The digital world offers so many opportunities, and with the right approach, you can make the most of them.
Now that we've explored the key concepts and practical tips for navigating the future of work in a digital world, we'd like to take some time to address common questions and concerns that many beginners might have.
Yes, Adam. We've talked about a lot today, and it's normal to have questions about how to apply all this information to your own life and career. So, let's dive into some of the most frequently asked questions we hear.
One of the first questions that often comes up is about job security. With the rise of automation and digital tools, people are understandably worried about their jobs being replaced by machines. Julia, what would you say to someone who's concerned about this?
That's a great question, Adam. And it's something that many people are thinking about. While it's true that automation is changing the job market, it's also creating new opportunities. The key is to stay adaptable. Jobs that involve repetitive tasks may be at risk, but there's a growing demand for roles that require creativity, critical thinking, and digital skills. By continuously learning and developing these skills, you can position yourself for success in the evolving job market.
Absolutely, Julia. Automation is not just about replacing jobs. It's about transforming them. For example, many routine tasks in accounting can now be automated, but this allows accountants to focus more on strategic planning and analysis, which adds more value to businesses.
Another common concern we hear is about the need for constant upskilling. With technology advancing so quickly, people worry about having to learn new skills all the time just to keep up. What's your take on this, Adam?
It's true that the pace of change can feel overwhelming, but I see it as an opportunity rather than a burden. Lifelong learning has always been important, but in the digital age, it's become essential. The good news is that learning doesn't have to be intimidating. You don't need to master everything at once. Start small, focus on skills that are most relevant to your field, and build from there. Learning should be seen as a continuous journey, not a one-time event.
That's a great perspective, Adam. And remember, there are so many resources available today that make learning more accessible. Whether it's online courses, webinars, or even podcasts like this one, you can find ways to learn that fit into your life, no matter how busy you are.
Exactly. And don't forget about networking. Connecting with others who are also learning and adapting can provide support and new opportunities. Often, learning together with others can make the process less daunting and more enjoyable.
Another question that we often get is about how to actually start preparing for the future of work. What steps can someone take today to get ready for the changes that are coming?
Great question, Julia. I'd say the first step is to assess where you are right now. Take stock of your current skills and think about where you want to be in the future. Once you have a clear picture, you can start identifying gaps in your knowledge and skills. Then, set small, achievable goals to fill those gaps. It could be as simple as taking an online course, reading industry blogs, or practicing a new skill on the weekend.
That's really practical advice, Adam. It's also important to stay informed about trends in your industry. Subscribe to newsletters, follow thought leaders on social media, and stay curious. The more you know about where your industry is headed, the better you can prepare.
And let's not forget about the importance of soft skills. While digital skills are crucial, employers also value things like communication, teamwork, and adaptability. These skills will always be in demand, no matter how much technology changes.
Absolutely, Adam. Soft skills are what help you stand out in a digital world. They enable you to work well with others, adapt to new situations, and lead effectively. So, even as you focus on building your digital skills, don't forget to develop your interpersonal skills as well.
Before we wrap up, let's encourage our listeners to take a moment and reflect on their own career paths. Think about the future of work and how it might affect you. What skills do you need to develop? What steps can you take to start preparing today?
Yes, and we'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the future of work? What concerns or questions do you have? Reach out to us on social media or through our website, and let's keep the conversation going. Your input helps us understand what's most important to you, and we'll do our best to address your questions in future episodes.
Thanks for tuning in today. Remember, the future of work is not something to be afraid of. It's an opportunity to grow, learn, and thrive in a digital world. With the right mindset and preparation, you can navigate these changes successfully.
We hope you found today's discussion helpful. Keep learning, stay curious, and don't hesitate to take the first step towards your future in the digital world. Until next time, take care.
As we come to the end of today's podcast, let's quickly recap what we've covered. We started by exploring the future of work in a digital world, discussing key concepts like remote work, automation, and the importance of digital skills. We then looked at practical tips for beginners, including how to start learning digital skills, find remote work opportunities, and balance work and life when working remotely.
We also delved into some common concerns, such as job security and the need for constant upskilling. By addressing these concerns, we hope to provide you with a clearer perspective on how to navigate these changes. Remember, the future of work is an exciting opportunity to grow and adapt. The key is to stay informed, continuously learn, and embrace new technologies and methods.
Our takeaway message is clear. Preparing for the future of work involves more than just acquiring new skills. It's about developing a mindset that embraces change and actively seeks out opportunities for growth. Whether you're learning new digital skills, finding remote work, or balancing your work-life schedule, staying proactive will help you thrive in the evolving job market.
Thank you all for tuning in today. We appreciate your time and hope you found this podcast valuable. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section. We love hearing from our listeners and engaging with your questions and feedback.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to continuing this journey with you. Be sure to join us for our next episode, where we'll dive into another exciting topic. Until then, take care and keep preparing for a bright future in the digital world. Before we wrap up, we'd like to encourage you to subscribe to the English Globe YouTube channel if you haven't already. By subscribing, you'll stay updated with all our latest episodes and English learning content.
Also, we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below, ask questions, or share your thoughts about today's podcast. Your feedback helps us improve and create content that matters to you.
And don't forget to share this podcast with friends and family who might find it helpful. The more people we reach, the more we can support others on their English learning journey.
And don't forget to share this podcast with friends and family who might find it helpful. The more people we reach, the more we can support others on their English learning journey.
Finally, stay tuned for our next episode where we'll explore a brief teaser of the next episode's topic. It's going to be another exciting discussion that you won't want to miss.
Thanks again for listening. Subscribe, engage, and stay tuned for more. See you in the next episode.
Goodbye and have a great day.